Su Changqing seemed to have swallowed an awesome lump. I just had a near death to help you block Bai Fei's assassination. Now let me treat you like a cow and a horse. The degree of black heart is comparable to that of contemporary capitalists. The next morning, if you look at the memorial of the king of criticism ruthlessly, with a satisfied smile, Your Majesty really works hard. I got the concubine's weekly supply in one night, but also take good care of the dragon body. Don't overwork yourself. Hateful bad woman. Let me pay for your laziness for a week. Su Changqing only dared to complain a few words in his heart. Bright surface. Or do you want to say thank you for your concern? Then if he ruthlessly signals that he can switch identities. Su Changqing, after becoming a woman, I was just about to squint and take a break. I heard Luo Wuqing telling the palace maid to be lonely. Today's morning is cancelled. You will report to Changqing later. Eunuch. Watching the backs of the two people go away, Su Changqing broke the defense in an instant. It was me who stayed up late to approve the memorial. What face do you have to say that you are tired? You black-hearted bad woman. Just then, a small head suddenly popped out of the door. Immediately after, I saw Bai Ling walk in with a worried face. Sister Zhou saved me. Su Changqing was instantly dumbfounded. He mistook me for a promise and was ruthless. I'm going to suffer an old sin now. Since I promised the Empress when she had a problem, Su Changqing never had a good day. Not only should you be ruthless at all times, deal with the relationship between her and the harem concubine. An all-nighter critics. Su Changqing, who just stayed up late, changed into women's clothing. Just about to take a nap, concubine Bai, who assassinated him last night. He walked in with a worried look on his face. As expected, this silly girl has mistaken the person again. It's all my fault. It's all my fault for not being able to assassinate that dog emperor. Sister Zhou was bullied again. Then she started crying. Listen to him ignore the dog emperor. Su Changqing was very helpless. This concubine Bai is really a silly white sweet. Your sister, Zhou, he is currently being worshipped by thousands of people on the dragon chair. And concubine Bai's next words are even more distant. He actually said with snot and tears, she got pregnant, and it also made you have a baby sister. Well, Su Changqing was dumbfounded on the spot after hearing it. No, sister. Treat the brain if it is sick. Don't let this lie about me. Unexpectedly, the more Bai Ling talked, the more excited she became. Sister Zhou, don't worry. So far, I will definitely help you take care of our children. Seeing him get more and more outrageous, Su Changqing hurriedly told him to shut up. At the same time, I seriously recalled that night, the picture of wasted bedtime. He was sure he hadn't been in vain. So why does he want no one to be innocent out of thin air? I don't know the result. It turned out that their Bai grandmother had told him, men and women will have babies when they sleep hand in hand. But he couldn't fix Su Changqing. Seriously doubt that you are not serious about holding hands. Seeing that Su Changqing has been shocked, Bai Fei mistakenly thought it was Sister Zhou who was frightened. Hurry up and comfort my sister. Don't worry. I will definitely help you give birth to your baby smoothly. Su Changqing is now very sure. This guy? It is definitely a fish that slipped through the net under the 9-year compulsory education. Otherwise, why would you say such a thing? Let's talk about using this invisible magic. How ruthless it becomes. You can't get a man to have a baby. Okay, my good sister. You listen to me. It's not what you think. There will be no babies holding hands between men and women. Hearing this, Bai Ling immediately blushed. Sister, is this really the case? Look at her silly white and sweet appearance. Su Changqing is hard to imagine. He could be the same person as Bai Fei who was assassinated last night then. Thought this guy was an idiot. Now it seems She's just an immature little girl. But from what happened yesterday, if the ruthless dialogue flies to assassinate, apparently already knew, and they're incredibly different personalities. A silly white, sweet, a scheming girl. They don't look like they fit together. So if Ruthless plays Zhou Fei, why are you and Bai Fei good sisters? This made Su Changqing very puzzled. Why don't you just ask Bai Lin directly? The next second, he gave up the idea. Who the hell knows Ruo that guy? How many eyeliners have been placed in the bedroom? If the truth is revealed, I'm sure I won't eat well. But that guy, the little girl in white, was confused. What's the peace of mind? Just as he was thinking about Bai Ling, he suddenly asked Sister Zhou, "You haven't told me how to have a baby yet." This Su Changqing was so shocked that he sprayed out all the water he drank in the morning. He didn't know how to explain it to Bai Ling. After all, some words only distinguished VIP users can understand. But looking at the other party's expectant little eyes, Su Changqing knew that he could not escape this problem. Never mind, let the adoptive fathers in front of the screen tell him. At the same time, Luo Wuqing, who was possessed in the emperor's bedroom, start acting again. He first found the Dr. Zhu who had arranged in advance. The Taoist nun is a little uncomfortable today. Help me see what's going on. Hearing this, the imperial doctor hurriedly stepped forward to take his pulse. After taking the king's pulse, he knelt down to show that His Majesty's pulse was fine. But weak hands and feet. Lethargy. This is a manifestation of excessive male-female love. The female officer on the side opened her mouth in disbelief. Bold Your Majesty, due to the lack of people's livelihood, how can you understand God because of a woman? Su Taiyi, I'm afraid it's not a misdiagnosis, right? Su Taiyi is suffering and cannot tell. He knew it was disrespectful. But who asked His Majesty to ask him to say so? Now all he asks is Your Majesty. Just don't give him a jug. The argument between the two of them became more and more intense. If you ruthlessly play with the hair by your ear, evil smile. The louder you are, the louder the better. Let this news spread throughout the palace as soon as possible. That way no one will suspect that she is a daughter anymore. Just suffer the guy who dresses up as a woman. Su Changqing here sneezed heavily. Is someone missing me behind my back? After a while, Su Changqing wrapped in a bath towel and was about to take a bath. But I don't know why. He always had a bad feeling. Sure enough, he turned his head. I saw Bai Ling walk into the bathroom with a shy face. Zixi hasn't bathed with Sister Zhou for a long time. Su Changqing's expression was serious when he heard this. Is he trying to test the cadres? Which cadre can withstand this test? But no matter what Su Changqing said, Bai Lin is determined to rescue with him. We! The dirty smell of the dog emperor is stained on his body. Just wash it together. Nice guy scolding me while wanting to wash the fragrance with me. You know that your words are ambiguous? Su Changqing, don't look away. I didn't dare to see Bai Ling at all. I'm afraid something big will happen if I'm not careful. And never let Bai Ghost find out? The Emperor Go he longed to kill. Now in the form of his favorite sister. In a basin with him? Think about the result. Su Changqing felt a chill. Without a doubt, he will definitely kill me without hesitation. Although, Su Changqing has been trying to keep a distance from white-collar workers, but the other party is too proactive. Put your arms around his back and start all kinds of compliments. What? Sister Zhou, your skin is so smooth. He's in great shape. As long as he can think, almost all of them praised it. But at this time, Su Changqing panicked. If only a heartless woman knew. He is bathing with his concubine. It is estimated that he will be dragged away and buried on the spot. But now he can't get rid of Baigo's entanglement. Thinking of this, Su Changqing plans to break the jar. The guy's not here anyway. Take it one step at a time. However, the next second, his pupils trembled because there is a third person in the house at this time, and that's the blue-haired girl who hit him in the first level. At this moment, he was staring at Xia Feng. All the little movements of the two were seen by him. Su Changqing collapsed and cried. Any explanation in this case? All look pale. Hurry up and give me a knife. Let me die quickly. Su Changqing, who dressed as a woman, never thought of it. I am only in the palace of the female emperor, a memorial that lasted all night. He became a disaster to the country and the people, seduced the emperor's concubine. Even the concubines of the harem also forced her to drink the abortion pill. Just now, the scene of Su Changqing and concubine Bai bathing together, discovered by Luo's ruthless subordinates. I thought the other party would report that Luo ruthlessly executed her. Unexpectedly, the southern girl actually signaled that he could continue. His Majesty has explained, you are a bad man. So I'm not afraid you'll mess around. Su Changqing really wants to scold the street now. What do you mean he can't? He's too good. He had to do something to prove his dignity as a man. However, he just glanced at the waist beside him. That thought was instantly dispelled. Forget it, forget it. This guy is obviously a Lily. There's no need for a momentary impulse. Offend two women. Thinking of this, I plan to get up and leave. Sister washed it. Sisterlinger, wash it slowly. I heard the words in vain. Sister, you can't spend more time with Linger. Will it be since my sister slept with the dog emperor? My sister spends less and less time with her. Su Changqing looked serious after hearing this. Because of Bai Ling's words, it reminded him of his cute little sister. When he was a child, he also pestered himself like this. Let's talk about it. Maybe I haven't seen my parents and little sister in the prison for a long time. Let's find a chance to go later. Seeing that Su Changqing had not spoken, Bai Ling mistakenly thought, Sister Zhao just promised to stay with her. Hug him happily. I knew my sister wouldn't be so cruel. I really can't help you. Helpless, Su Changqing can only be a shampoo. Just then, the summons of the palace maid sounded outside the door. Empress Zhou, my Empress Xiangfei specially prepared afternoon tea. Please go to the bedroom to sit for a while. Su Changqing was stunned because he knows Zhou Fei and Xiangfei played by Lu King. There doesn't seem to be any dead ends. So why did he suddenly invite Zhou Fei to dinner? Bai Ling hurriedly reminded her sister, You mustn't go. Concubine Xiang, come quickly. Only show off in front of my sister. This time it must be to humiliate my sister again. But Su Changqing didn't think so. He knows very well that if he wants to get along well in the palace, then you have to understand. Every concubine of Lu King will do. Although she had seen concubine Xiang as an emperor before, but not this little green tea. What does it look like in private? And that made him even more curious. Don't worry, sister. Sister is not the kind of master who will suffer. Just wait for my good news with peace of mind. The palace maids outside the door saw that Su Changqing had not come out. Banging on the door, Please also ask concubine Zhou to go quickly. The empress has been waiting in the bedroom for a long time. Su Changqing, who had changed into women's clothes, sank. Said coldly, Lead the way. The picture comes to the bedroom of concubine Xiang. At this time, concubine Xiang was dressed in red and was in the yard. Dance. Seeing Su Changqing, he couldn't help but be amazed. This little green tea really has something. This body and dance are rattling. Unfortunately, his move was useless against the emperor. Who made people women too? Then Su Changqing sat down on the chair. I started to appreciate it. Okay, well done. If this were Wangchun Tower, Su Changsheng couldn't help but give him a silver reward. Looking at concubine Zhou applauding happily, concubine Xiang was dumbfounded. I've been trying him. But instead of being angry, instead he's like those dudes. They clapped their hands. How could he stand this? Sister is the best. Not only does His Majesty have no intention of going to court and let His Majesty do all his desires, are you directly cutting off the path of all sisters? Su Changsheng in classical Chinese was confused on the spot. If he is ruthless and unintentional, he can understand. After all, he is lazy. But what about the prohibition of all desires? Sword Speed Changsheng is still pretending to be stupid. Concubine Xiang snorted coldly. Sister, don't pretend to understand and pretend to be confused. Your Majesty is unwell today. The results of the imperial doctor's diagnosis, it is caused by excessive love between men and women. As for who His Majesty spent the night with last night, is there anyone in this harem who doesn't know? Su Changsheng instantly understood when he heard this. He was tricked by the dog emperor to prevent him from harming other concubines. To spread such a rumor. If ruthless, this woman is too cruel.